Unfortunately, for many, the dream of Santorini turns into an absolute crowded, stressful nightmare, but it really doesn't have to be that way. As always, links to everything are in the description. Drop your questions in the comments and I'll jump in. You see, with Santorini, most tourists land at either the airport or they arrive by cruise ship, and they head straight into the two most popular towns of Fira and Oia, completely unaware and oblivious that almost 80% of everyone else is going there as well. So, before you even go to Santorini, I want you to do this. Google Santorini cruise port schedule. Look at the exact dates you're there, and if you see a date where 2, 3 or more cruise ships are docking at the same time, that's going to be your cue to completely avoid the two towns. On those peak days, skip the towns. You could stay by your hotel pool, explore a quiet inland village, or even book local excursions. There's loads of them, and I've left some great links to one that I've done in the past. They're in the description. Then you can simply save your big trip to the two towns, to Fira or Oia, for a low passenger day. It will completely change your experience, as I'm going to explain. You see, to beat the crowds, you just have to do the complete opposite of what those massive tour buses, tour coaches and cruise excursions are doing. Their pattern is highly predictable. All of them will virtually hit Fira first thing in the morning, then move on to the beaches, wineries by midday, and then flood into Oia by late afternoon for all the sunsets so everyone can get their photos. But I'll come back to that. I'll come to that problem in a minute. So here's my advice. Flip that schedule completely around. Hit Oia first thing in the morning. You've got lovely cool air, empty streets, perfect photo light, and then do your exploring in Fira during the afternoon, right when all the day trippers have moved on and everyone else is hitting the beach. But let's say you find yourself caught in the utter chaos of either of those two towns. Remember this tip that I use. The vast majority of the massive crowds stay strictly on the main marble tourist paths. Why? Because they're simply following the back of the head of the person in front of them. And it doesn't take long for the whole place to be completely gridlocked, as you can see. Instead, take a sharp turn to the right, not the left because you'll come off the cliffs, and head back into the residential paths. The crowds there will drop by at least 80%. You'll still get the gorgeous blue domes, whitewashed walls, hidden steps, beautiful arches, everything. But you can actually breathe and walk at your own pace. And if you're finding all of this useful, please give the video a like. Really appreciate it. Really helps the channel out. And of course, you can always subscribe and hit that notification bell. Anyway, let's talk about perhaps the absolute biggest source of holiday stress on the island. And that's what I call the Oia sunset. Now, I'm asking you to ditch that crowd entirely. Yes, I know you want those sunset photos. You're going to get them, and even better. I'll come to that very quickly. So bear with me on this one. You see, people start camping out at what's known as the Oia Castle hours before the sun even begins to set. And they're sat there in the blistering heat. It's crazy. In reality, whether you get there, whether you're the first one or whether you arrive as the sun's setting, your view is just going to be awful. It's going to be a wall of selfie sticks, smartphone screens, back of people's heads, hands, arms, everything. And it's exactly one of the issues I warned about in a previous video on the problems with Santorini. Instead, use one of these 3 quiet, stress-free alternatives that I use. The first one, get yourself down to Akrotiri Lighthouse. It's brilliant. It's at the far southernmost tip of the island. It's rugged, it's quiet, and the place there is beautiful. Now, you'll be able to capture, if you want to, the entire sunset over the shape of the entire Santorini caldera, all in your camera or all in your phone, just as the sun's hitting the water. None of those up there at the Oia Castle are going to get that, trust me. Second one, try the Emerovogli. I always have problems with this word. Emerovogli Caldera Path. There's the word there. Emerovigli Caldera Path. I don't know why I have problems with that word. Anyway, it's the highest point on the cliffside, and you get even better views of the sunset, the same gorgeous colours, but with a fraction of the crowds. Why? Because the big tour buses can't park anywhere near there. It's brilliant. It's one of my favourite spots. And lastly, the third one. For something different, head inland to the village of Pyrgos. That's an example there. Great village. You'll get absolutely amazing photos of the sunset, and you can even finish the evening with a romantic dinner. It's beautiful. And that brings us to another really good strategy. It's what I call village swapping for midday peace. Between about 11 and 3, Fira and Oia become completely overwhelming, as I've already explained. So instead of fighting those crowds, head straight for the hidden medieval villages, the interior of the island. You could try Ammoudi or Megalochori. They're beautiful. These spots are completely bypassed almost by the mass tour groups and coaches. You can walk through all the narrow, winding, fortified alleys and lanes. You can take a break, sit at a local taverna for a quick coffee, drink, and even cheap lunch or even dinner. The food there is going to be cheaper, and it's going to be local as well. Now, here's a really good one. A lot of people think, let's go and book a sunset catamaran. Watch the sun go down. It could even be romantic. You know, it's the ultimate escape from all of the ones on the island there. But it's not as ideal as you think, and it's often a trap. You see, they cost quite a lot. You can spend quite a fortune, and only to find yourself packed onto a deck with 40, 60 or more complete strangers, and you're all fighting over a square inch of space. How about this? How about a bit of a better alternative? Buy a pool day pass at a boutique hotel on the quieter eastern side of the island, like in Camari or Vlychada. Often just for the price of a single lunch or a cocktail, you're going to get a dedicated luxury sunbed, total peace, total quiet, and you're in a premium resort experience far away from all those chaotic main streets. And while you're there, okay, on that side of the island, check out the beaches there at Vlychada. You see, popular spots like Camari and Thirassia are absolutely packed with tourists, commercial sunbeds, and the place feels absolutely, it's almost like packed like sardines. Whilst the others, it's a quiet oasis. Oh yeah, finally, if you want a really great escape hatch, if you will, take the 10-minute ferry to Thirassia Island. It's just across the caldera, sits right across it there, and it's a perfect window into what Santorini looked like, say, 30 or 40 years ago. It's cheap, 10-minute taxi boat. You get that from Ammoudi Bay, drops you directly into a world completely untouched by mass tourism. And there's loads to do. You can just sit, relax, sunbathe, walk up the steps to the main village of Manolas. Oh, accommodation is much cheaper there as well, especially in Manolas. You get quiet, authentic, traditional tavernas, and you're going to get some amazing views and photo opportunities looking straight back at Santorini's cliffs. And there you have it. I really hope you find one or two of those useful. Of course, if you've got a great tip for the island, let me know and I'll join in the conversation. So thanks so much for watching to the end. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.